The dark sacrifice Princess Diana made to protect Prince William. Princess Diana made a sacrifice so profound that it changed the course of her life, and her son, Prince William's future, forever. It wasn't just about protecting him from the media or giving him a normal childhood. Princess Diana made choices that defied royal expectations and came at a tremendous personal cost. She didn't just want to shield him from the pressures of being a future king. She was willing to go to extreme lengths, even if it meant risking her own happiness and safety. Princess Diana's devotion to Prince William forced her to break free from royal traditions and create a life that was as far from the public eye as possible. In this video, we'll explore the dark sacrifices Princess Diana made, the hidden struggles she faced, and the lengths she went to protect her son from the weight of royal life. This side of Princess Diana's story is rarely told, but it's one you won't want to miss. Number 1. Leaving King Charles for Prince William's well-being. Princess Diana's decision to leave King Charles wasn't just a personal heartbreak. It was a sacrifice made with her children's best interests in mind. Princess Diana's marriage to King Charles has been strained for years, and the tension between them was not only felt by the couple, but also by their sons, Prince William and Harry. The constant emotional upheaval created an unhealthy environment for the children, and Princess Diana knew that growing up in a fractured home would have lasting emotional consequences for them. Though the decision to separate from King Charles was incredibly difficult, Princess Diana put her children's well-being above her own. By walking away from the marriage, she hoped to give Prince William and Harry a better chance at stability. She also faced intense public scrutiny and criticism, as her divorce from the Prince of Wales marked a significant break from royal tradition. But Princess Diana was unyielding in her belief that her children's happiness mattered more than the expectations placed on her. The emotional and public sacrifice helped shape the kind of mother Princess Diana became, prioritizing her son's peace of mind over personal happiness or royal approval. Number 2. Shielding Prince William from the media. One of the most striking sacrifices Princess Diana made was her unrelenting effort to shield Prince William from the invasive and often aggressive paparazzi. From the moment Princess Diana became a public figure, the media hounded her at every turn, and her children were not exempt from the relentless scrutiny. Princess Diana went to extraordinary lengths to keep her children out of the spotlight. She used decoys, drove in circles, and employed a range of tactics to confuse photographers. When she went out in public with Prince William, she was often seen draping a blanket over him or hiding him in the back seat of the car. Princess Diana was aware that the press attention wasn't just inconvenient. It could be damaging to Prince William's emotional health. By protecting him from the media frenzy, she was making a clear choice to prioritize his well-being over the constant public fascination with her own life. These efforts didn't just come from a place of maternal instinct. They were informed by Princess Diana's own painful experiences with the press, and she didn't want her children to endure what she had. Number 3. Choosing private schooling over royal tradition. Princess Diana was adamant about giving Prince William and Harry a more normal upbringing, which meant breaking from the royal tradition of isolating children in strict, elite boarding schools. While other royal children typically attended schools like Eton or Gordonston, where they were groomed for royal duties in isolated environments, Princess Diana wanted her sons to experience a more grounded, everyday life. She chose Wetherby School, a more relaxed and private school in London for Prince William. Princess Diana felt that sending her children to such a school would allow them to interact with other children, learn outside the confines of royalty, and lead a life as normal as possible for young boys in their position. This decision wasn't just about academic excellence. It was about emotional balance. Princess Diana was deeply concerned that the royal institution often put too much pressure on children and left little room for personal development. By choosing private schooling, Princess Diana took a stand against royal traditions that prioritized status over her children's emotional well-being. This sacrifice required courage, as it meant defying long-held customs and expectations. But Princess Diana was willing to take that risk for her son's happiness and mental health. Number 4. Rejecting the public eye for family privacy. Princess Diana's fame was impossible to escape, but after her separation from King Charles, she made an active choice to step back from the public eye as much as possible to prioritize family life. Princess Diana knew that her children were growing up under the pressure of the royal spotlight, and she understood how difficult it was for them to have any semblance of a normal life. By reducing her public appearances, she tried to give Prince William and Harry the space they needed to grow up without the constant glare of the media. While this was not easy, Princess Diana was one of the most photographed women in the world. She worked hard to create a sense of privacy and safety for her children. She often kept them away from large royal events and public occasions, instead opting for more private moments. Princess Diana's decision to withdraw from public duties wasn't just about her own peace of mind. It was a conscious effort to shield her children from the media frenzy that could have seriously impacted their mental health. It was a sacrifice that wasn't always acknowledged by the press, but one that Princess Diana made with Prince William and Harry's happiness at the heart of it. Number 5. Staying close to Prince William despite royal duties. Despite the immense pressure of her royal duties, Princess Diana made a conscious effort to stay involved in her children's lives, particularly Prince William's. This meant stepping back from her royal responsibilities when necessary and choosing to spend more time with her sons. Princess Diana understood the unique pressures that came with being a royal child, and she wanted to ensure that Prince William and Harry received the attention, love, and support they needed, particularly during their formative years. Her public image may have been defined by charity work and high-profile events, but Princess Diana knew that being a present, involved mother was her most important role. This meant sacrificing time away from her royal engagements and focusing on family life. When Prince William was young, Princess Diana took him on private holidays and personally supervised his schooling, ensuring that he didn't feel isolated or neglected. The emotional connection Princess Diana maintained with Prince William was crucial in shaping his emotional resilience as he faced the inevitable pressures of being part of the royal family. Number 6. Emotional sacrifice for Prince William's stability. Princess Diana faced immense emotional challenges, including depression, anxiety, and eating disorders. Yet she was determined not to let her personal struggles affect her children. Despite the emotional toll that these issues took on her, Princess Diana made a conscious decision to shield Prince William from her pain. She understood that the more she exposed her children to her inner turmoil, the more it could impact their emotional stability. Princess Diana's battle with mental health was something she worked hard to keep from her sons, particularly during their younger years. She would often put on a brave face, hiding her emotional distress behind closed doors, so that Prince William could grow up without being burdened by the heavy weight of her struggles. This required a significant emotional sacrifice on Princess Diana's part, as she often felt overwhelmed, but her love for Prince William kept her focused on his well-being. Princess Diana was acutely aware that her own happiness couldn't come at the cost of her children's stability, and so she went to great lengths to ensure that Prince William and Harry never saw their mother at her weakest. Number 7. Sacrificing her own happiness for his safety. Princess Diana's marriage to King Charles was far from ideal, but she stayed in the relationship for years, trying to maintain a sense of normalcy and stability for her children. The marriage was emotionally toxic, and Princess Diana's personal happiness was sacrificed to protect Prince William and Harry from the repercussions of a broken family. Princess Diana was fully aware of the strain her relationship with King Charles was putting on her, yet she postponed the decision to divorce in order to keep the family unit intact for as long as possible. She wanted to avoid the upheaval that might arise from a public separation, especially for Prince William, who was still quite young at the time. The emotional toll this decision took on Princess Diana was significant, but her commitment to her children's well-being came first. Eventually, when it became clear that staying in the marriage was no longer feasible, Princess Diana made the painful but necessary decision to divorce King Charles. It was a difficult choice, but one she made to give her children a better chance at a peaceful, stable life. Number 8. Breaking royal protocol to foster normalcy. One of the most remarkable ways Princess Diana defied royal tradition was by rejecting the rigid protocols that came with being a member of the royal family. She was determined to create a sense of normalcy for Prince William and Harry, even if that meant breaking from centuries-old royal customs. For example, Princess Diana made sure her children ate with her, rather than being separated from her and served by staff, as was often the case in royal households. This may seem like a small thing, but it was a significant gesture in terms of ensuring that Prince William and Harry experienced family life in a more intimate and casual way. Princess Diana also allowed her sons to engage with people outside the royal circle. something that royal children were traditionally discouraged from doing. She took them on public outings to places like amusement parks or shopping centers, allowing them to experience the world outside the walls of Buckingham Palace. These decisions were not without controversy, as they challenged the strict structure of the royal family. But Princess Diana was unwavering in her belief that her children's happiness and emotional health were worth more than the royal family's image. Number 9. Limiting Prince William's public appearances. As much as Princess Diana embraced her role as a public figure, she was equally committed to ensuring that her children, especially Prince William, were not burdened by constant public appearances. From the very beginning, Princess Diana recognized the pressure that came with being in the spotlight, particularly for her eldest son, who would one day inherit the throne. Princess Diana deliberately kept William out of the media's gaze whenever possible, prioritizing his privacy and emotional well-being. During the early years of their separation, Princess Diana kept Prince William away from royal engagements and public events, allowing him to grow up without the constant scrutiny that came with being the future King of England. She even took the extraordinary step of shielding Prince William from major royal events, choosing to stay out of the limelight for long periods. Princess Diana's goal was clear. She didn't want her son to grow up with the heavy weight of royal duties hanging over him before he was ready. She understood that there would come a time when Prince William would be thrust into the spotlight, but she worked hard to delay that moment for as long as possible. Number 10. Shielding Prince William from her own personal pain. Princess Diana's own battles, her struggles with bulimia, depression, and constant turmoil of her marriage were well documented, but she went to extraordinary lengths to keep these personal issues from impacting Prince William. Despite her own pain, she worked tirelessly to protect her children from the emotional toll of her struggles. She kept her mental health battles hidden from Prince William, putting on a brave face even in the darkest moments. Princess Diana believed that exposing her sons to her pain would only weigh them down with more emotional burdens. Her love for Prince William and Harry was a driving force behind this. She didn't want them to grow up with the same mental health struggles that she'd faced, and so she made a conscious effort to create a stable, loving environment, even when her personal life was unraveling. This emotional sacrifice, keeping her struggles out of view, was part of what made Princess Diana such a devoted and selfless mother. She made sure that her children felt loved, protected, and cared for, even as she fought her own inner demons. Number 11. Keeping Prince William away from public scrutiny during key life events. Princess Diana was acutely aware of the pressure that came with being a member of the royal family, and she worked hard to shield Prince William from public scrutiny during key life events. As the future king, Prince William was already under significant amount of pressure, even at a young age. Princess Diana didn't want him to experience the pressure during moments that should have been joyful and free from external influence. For instance, Princess Diana made sure that Prince William and Harry were kept away from public attention during their birthdays and other milestones. She tried to make these events as normal as possible, free from the intrusion of cameras and reporters. This careful shielding allowed Prince William to have moments of happiness without feeling the weight of the royal spotlight on him. Princess Diana knew that these private moments would help Prince William feel more like a regular child and less like the heir to the throne. By keeping him away from public events, she allowed him to enjoy his childhood and protect his emotional state. Number 12. Breaking free from the monarchy's constraints. Princess Diana's break from the royal family's constraints was more than just a physical separation. It was an emotional one too. After her divorce from King Charles, Princess Diana deliberately distanced herself from the monarchy in a way that allowed her to create a more balanced life for herself and her children. She didn't want her sons, particularly Prince William, to feel suffocated by the expectations of royalty. Princess Diana understood the pressures of royal life, but she also knew that Prince William needed to experience a world outside of those rigid boundaries. By living outside the palace and taking her sons to places away from the royal limelight, Princess Diana gave them the opportunity to express freedom that was unavailable to many other royal children. This decision to break free from royal constraints allowed Princess Diana to raise Prince William and Harry in a more relaxed environment, where they could have a degree of normalcy, while still being connected to their royal heritage. It wasn't easy. There were inevitable sacrifices, including public support and approval, but Princess Diana's choice was rooted in her desire to protect her children from the suffocating nature of royal life. Number 13. Creating a safe haven at Kensington Palace. Princess Diana transformed Kensington Palace from just a royal residence into a sanctuary for herself and her children, a place where they could feel safe, loved, and free from the constant pressures of the outside world. Princess Diana was determined to create a home where Prince William and Harry could experience stability and comfort, away from the media and expectations of the royal family. She went out of her way to make the palace feel like a family home, rather than a cold, impersonal royal residence. Princess Diana spent time with Prince William and Harry, engaging in everyday activities and creating a loving environment for them to grow up in. She made sure that their living space was a place where they could feel protected from the outside world, and where they could have some semblance of normalcy. By turning Kensington Palace into a haven, Princess Diana ensured that Prince William and Harry had a place to retreat to when the world outside became too overwhelming. This was a sacrifice in itself, and she chose to prioritize her family's emotional health over the pressures of royal duty. Number 14. Promoting emotional expression over royal stoicism. In contrast to the often stiff and emotionless royal traditions, Princess Diana encouraged Prince William to express his feelings openly, without fear of judgment or reprisal. The royal family's long been associated with this stiff upper lip mentality, where emotional expression is often seen as a sign of weakness. Princess Diana was determined to break this cycle, especially when it came to her children. She encouraged Prince William to express himself and embrace his emotions, whether he was happy, sad, or angry. She would talk openly with him about his feelings, allowing him to share his thoughts without the fear of reprimand. Princess Diana's approach to emotional expression was far from traditional, but it was crucial in helping Prince William develop a healthy emotional foundation. She wanted him to grow up with a sense of empathy and emotional intelligence, qualities that she believed would be essential for his future role as king. Princess Diana's choice to promote emotional openness was a key part of the parenting style she adopted to protect her children's mental health. Number 15. Choosing a normal upbringing despite royal constraints. Despite the many privileges and pressures that came with being a royal, Princess Diana was determined to give Prince William and Harry as normal an upbringing as possible. While the royal family lived in a palace and participated in high-profile events, Princess Diana sought out ways to integrate ordinary experiences into their lives. She encouraged her sons to engage in activities like sports, play with other children outside of their royal circle, and enjoy regular childhood experiences like going to the zoo or attending birthday parties. Princess Diana was acutely aware that her children's future as royals would involve unique challenges, but she wanted to ensure that their formative years were as close to normal as possible. She actively participated in their daily lives, cooking meals, taking them to school, and spending time with them as a mother, not just as a princess. Princess Diana's commitment to providing a balanced upbringing for her sons meant sacrificing the more lavish, high-profile aspects of royal life. But it was a sacrifice that she believed was necessary for their emotional well-being and sense of self. As we've seen, Princess Diana's sacrifices for Prince William were nothing short of extraordinary. From stepping away from the royal spotlight to prioritize Prince William's emotional health over her own, Princess Diana proved time and time again that her love for her son, Prince William, came above everything else. The choices she made were not easy, but they were driven by a deep desire to protect Prince William from the heavy burden of royal life, ensuring he had a childhood filled with as much normalcy as possible. What do you think of the sacrifices Princess Diana made to shield Prince William from the pressures of his future role as king? Do you think her decision shaped him into the person he is today? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more video content. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!